Veganism is hot right now. It feels like every day more and more people are trying it out. It's political, it's controversial, and I've decided to try going vegan for 30 days here in Mexico City, but with a twist. There are many great reasons why one might do this. For the environmental impact, which is huge. To reduce animal suffering and abuse, which I think is also a very big reason. Many do it to improve their health, but I'm doing it for a different, more selfish reason. I'm doing it for mental clarity. Let me explain. I'm not a huge meat eater, but since I arrived in Mexico a month ago, I started to let that go a little bit. It is no secret that Mexican food is delicious, and I found myself hitting the food stands on the streets pretty often. Not only is the food amazing and shockingly cheap, but I love the cultural aspect. It's where a lot of Mexicans of all ages come together to eat. And so, in a really small way, I enjoyed being a part of that experience, standing there eating tacos and tlacoyos with everyone else. Okay, well, this particular story isn't all fairy tale. I started to notice that after every single one of these delicious, meaty, greasy meals, it would feel kind of like I was getting hit by a train. For the next 3 hours, all physical and cognitive activities would become many times more difficult. I started to think about the impact that this was having on my productivity. There's a name for this, and you may have heard of it. It's called food coma. Google defines food coma, also known as postprandial somnolence, as a state of sleep or extreme lethargy induced by the consumption of a large amount of food. What I think this definition is maybe lacking is a consideration regarding not just quantity, but also the quality of the food. Food coma can obviously be achieved with a variety of foods, not just animal-based products, which means veganism isn't going to magically solve all of my problems. However, I do feel like dairy and meats can land really heavy and are harder to digest, which makes getting bogged down a lot easier. Not to mention that I have no idea where these animal products are coming from. The brain fog that I associate with this diet is something I can no longer ignore if I am to continue my search for a life of greater mental clarity. So last night I had what may end up being my very last ice cream and said my goodbyes. By the way, I think my logo may need to become almond milk ice cream from now on. Just putting that on the record.